sports. It's in the game.
Yeah, that was a heck of a pass. I mean, you could just hear that ball sizzling in the air.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston in the Space City at NRG Stadium. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Here's Tankdown to return it from his end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. From the 21, here's 2nd and 3. Stroud, he's going to audible to something else. Again, it's Mixon. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Pierce will try to pick it up. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively, and it's 2nd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 32 on the play.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw taken in by Diggs. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Rolling to his left. And Stroud wisely slides down safely after picking up the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. On play action, here's Tua. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Devon Achane. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Stroud now on second down. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. That's complete to Dell. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Stroud wants to change it up with an audible. They'll give it to Mixon, and he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Let him know, let him know. Everyone, Mike 20, Mike 20. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Ready? Steady Lions.
Mike 20, Mike 20.
Another try for Mixon, and the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. That's caught at the 2. Touchdown, Texans. Takedown from 4 yards out. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. To his throw, caught by his receiver, Hill. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Tyreek Hill's got another one. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. They'll run for it with Achane. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. Quick slant. Tyreek Hill with it. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Tua, the final shot before half. Caught on the slant. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And this will not be returned, so the 2nd half begins with a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the 2nd half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Dolphins first down. And that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown. Devon Achane. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective, because they already knew this.
Stroud is hit and the ball is loose. And this is, there he goes left side. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know, head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
On second down, it's Stroud. And Diggs has it. He's across midfield. Down the left sideline. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. A huge play there for Houston. 51 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Touchdown, Texans. Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical. Hill diving, and he's got it full extension. What a catch. A good pickup there at 22.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To a hit, and the ball is out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Stroud's throw pulled in by Woods. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Stroud. That's complete. It's Collins. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Back to Mixon on first down. And room there to work it inside the 25. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Once again, they run with Mixon. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now to change things up, Stroud will throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Here's Achane to start the drive. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Now Tua. Short throw to Smith.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2. Tua on 3rd down, Achane. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Throwing Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Here's Tua. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Well, these these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You called that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Back to Mixon on second down. Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Texans are going to win the football game. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had a... EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Commanders Field. Right to the air is Daniels. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Man coverage to start the game, and I expect we'll see a good amount of that. They trust their secondary to hold down the fort and let their pass rushers get home. And that's a good job right on play 1.
He'll buy some time right. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
On fourth down, here's Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the fourth down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game planned for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game planned for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Play action. Now it's Daniels sliding out of the pocket. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Off the play fake, Daniels rolling to his right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. Now a second down throw for Daniels. On the screen, this is Eckler. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Achane. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Tua sets up to pass it. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. This will be caught. It's Waddle. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, Tua. complete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. It's time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Escaping the pressure right. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet. And they're able to move it down into the red zone.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
Right back to Achane on second down.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jonnu Smith from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They fake the handoff. Now Tua out to his left. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. On play action, here's Tua. Gets this one to Hill. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Tua going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards, the final tally.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run, Achane. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Achane once more, pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. Achane is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Achane here. They stay on the ground. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's the rookie from Tennessee. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And Mostert going to pick up a Dolphins first down up near midfield, spotted at the 48.
Partner, those are back-to-back 6-yard runs, and if they're going to continue to get those types of plays, shoot, you just keep running the same stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it was 1st and 10, then 2nd and 4. Now 1st and 10 again. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Hill going to go in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. On the give, this is their fullback. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Up the middle, Achane.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
They set up the screen. Achane has it.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A run with Mostert up the middle.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami.
Raheem Mostert
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Dolphins are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On first down, Tagovailoa. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. On the handoff, it's Achane. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Sanders' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. Coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 74 yards. And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And Hill will opt for the touchback. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Hand off to Achane to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And they'll give this to Achane. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A run now from Achane. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 35-yard line. And he's got room. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 17-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Right back to Achane on second down.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 3 yards there. Good enough to keep the drive moving.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. The ball comes out, and the Dolphins have got it. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
Well, the tide definitely seems to be turning in this third quarter as this defense is able to knock the ball free and recover.
And let's look at it this way. Their offense is right back out there who just got them the lead a few minutes ago. This has the potential to be a big swing in this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Now a run by Achane. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
This is Achane.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Devon Achane.
A 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Here's Moore. He will return it. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Dolphins are going to get the football back as time will run.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Santa Clara. This one fielded in the end zone. He'll opt not to bring it out. A touchback, and they'll begin at the 30-yard line. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 36. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Touchdown, 49ers. 36 yards. And the 49ers go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Purdy and the Niner offense, they'll stay on the field. They'll try to go for 2 here. McCaffrey, they'll try to run it in. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Looky here, a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and now an onside kick. The Niners got it back. Yes, San Fran recovers. Well, they just scored, they got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Scouting, scouting, scouting. They had to have seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they get the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And once he escaped the pocket there, he tried to keep those eyes downfield, but nothing was materializing. So he makes a smart move and gets that to the sideline.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And he's got it inside the 10. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Play action. Now Purdy. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk punching it in from a yard away. And the Niners go up by 2 touchdowns. They go with McCaffrey. And he is in to make it 16-0. I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
Purdy off the play fake. Steps away to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
They go play action here. Purdy taking a shot for Samuel. And he's got it inside the 10. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. That would give to the big fullback Juszczyk. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the 49ers are able to stretch out their lead. McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Play action. Now it's Tua. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
On the ground, this is Devon Achane.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Devon Achane.
A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Tua going to try and throw for it. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Boy, a little panic here early. A first quarter onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers.
Deebo Samuel,
42 yards.
And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here.
They go with McCaffrey.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by... Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Achane will get down close to the goal line, but not in. And as he'll be marked down at the 1. Achane will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be taken in the end zone, and no run back forthcoming, so they will bring it out to the 30-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory, as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Purdy's throw taken in by Samuel. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Niners continue to pull away here in this first half. Purdy and the Niner offense, they'll stay on the field. They'll try to go for 2 here. McCaffrey, they'll try to run it in. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
On 1st down, back to Achane.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. Achane here. They stay on the ground.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 40-yard line.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
On 3rd down, Achane.
Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to have the EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from the Superdome. From the end zone, here comes Williams. Shedding the tackle. And the decision to bring it out, a poor one, especially given the new rules. They're going to be backed up deep to start this drive.
All right, I knew I forgot to ask a question when we sat with the coaches about just how aggressive will you be bringing a ball out of the end zone, and what's the green light for your returner? In this case, it should have been a red light. Should have stayed in the end zone. Terrible field position to start this drive.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2 yards to go, second down.
Again, it's Kamara. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 5.
Coming left is Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs. A step.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. And this one going nowhere. What a hit that time to bull rush in there and drop him behind the line.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. They're going to try and throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Carr.
Finding Miller once more, complete.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's Carr.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Javon Holland. Down the sideline he goes.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week, when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Carr now on first down.
It gets this complete to Shaheed.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well.
Into the red zone, it's Carr.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it's second down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Second down and 8.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing his Carr on third down.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be fourth down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Williams.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Williams.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. They run. It's Kamara. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. Kamara.